Welcome to another episode of Terry's Notes, and today I'm going to do some preparation for your paper 1 exam, right? I've been getting numerous requests about posting multiple choice questions and those kinds of things. Unfortunately, I cannot post any actual paper 1 questions, right? Now, what I can do is give you an idea of the format of the exam, and we'll go through some typical examination type questions or where students get problems. Okay, so the multiple choice exam consists of 60 questions, right? And these questions span 10 major topic areas, right? Which are computation. We have 6 questions on computation. We have 4 questions on number theory, 8 on consumer arithmetic. We have 4 questions on sets. We have 8 questions on measurement. We have 6 on statistics. We have 9 on algebra, 6 on relations, functions, and graphs, and 9 on geometry and trigonometry. Okay, so as you can see, the bulk of the questions would be on geometry and trigonometry, algebra, and measurement, as well as consumer arithmetic. Okay, so I'm going to go through some topics in particular that you should pay attention to. Okay. The first topic I'm going to look at is sets. All right. Now, a typical examination question, let's say we have a set A given by, let's say P, Q, and R, and we are asked to find the number of subsets of the set A. So the number of subsets is given by the formula 2 to the power n, where n is the number of elements within the set. So we have 1, 2, 3 elements, so therefore it'll be 2 to the power 3, which is now 2 cube. Now just remember, in this paper you cannot use a calculator, so you're going to have to work out things using pen and paper. So 2 cube is the same as saying 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which is 8. So therefore we're going to have 8 subsets for the set A. Okay. Now another thing that you could be asked is, let's say we have a set A again, and this set A is given by P, Q, and R, and you want to write, or they give you a list of sets, and you're asked what is equivalent set, right? So the word we're looking at here is equivalent, Q-U-I-V-A-L-E-N-T, equivalent set, right? And suppose I give you a set that looks like, let's say this, let's say 1, 2, 3, and A, B, C, D, and let's say something like this. Okay, so a set with nothing in it, we call that the null set. All right, another symbol for the null set is this. Now, when we are asked for an equivalent set, now in this set here we have 1, 2, 3 elements, 1, 2, 3 elements, right? So all we need to do is to find a set that has 3 elements as well. So the equivalent set in this case here will be this guy here, which is 1, 2, 3, right? Another typical question you could be asked is, let's say we have a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have a set B which is suppose it's 2, 3, and let's say 6. Right? Now if I ask you something like this, what is n of A? N of A means how many elements do we have in the set A? In this case we have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So the number of elements in the set A is 4. The number of elements in the set B, look at it, we have 1, 2, 3 elements. Alright, so the number in B is 3. Now, if we are asked to find the number of elements in A intersect B, right? Now, first thing we need to understand what A intersect B means, right? Now, if I were to draw it, you might be able to visualize it easier. So if I have a set A and a set B, and we put the information into the set diagram, we have, well, 2 will be here, 3 will be here, 1, 4, and also 6 will be here. Right? Now A intersect B is really this region here, and we just have 2 elements inside A intersect B. So number in A intersect B is really 2. Right? We could also be asked what is the number in A union B. Now A union B, if I have 2 sets, right, A and B, A union B is really everything here, right, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So make sure you understand what n of a set means. It means how many elements are there in that given set, right? Now, another typical question is, let's say we have students in a class. Let's say we have 30 students in a class, right? 30 students in a class. Now I'm just making up these questions as I go along here, so don't think it's the same question that's going to come in the exam, right? So we have 30 students in a class, and let's say we have 12 students doing Spanish. 12 students study, let's say, Spanish. Right, let's call that big S. And we have let's say 22 students study, excuse the handwriting, English. Right, and then they come and I ask you what is the least number of students who study both Spanish and English. So you want to find both Spanish and English, right? So the best way to do this question is to sketch a diagram. Right, so in the exam, just sketch a quick diagram. It's easy to visualize something when you see it in front of you. So they're only referring to 2 sets. So we know there are 30 students in a class, so number in the universal set is equal to 30. 12 students study Spanish. Now when they tell us 12 students study Spanish, they are talking about the whole circle. So NS is equal to 12. And they come and they tell you 22 students study English, so N English is equal to 22, right? So some students might put the 12 here, and they might put the 22 here, which is incorrect. So they want to find the amount that study Spanish and English. So let's call this the intersection represents both Spanish and English. This term both here is this piece here, this piece in the middle here. So if this is X, it means that this here is 12 minus X, and this is 22 minus X. So in order to solve this, what you have to do is to say 12 minus x plus x. Meaning, what we are doing is adding everything within the two circles. So 12 minus x plus 22 minus x gives me 30. Right? Now, this is where students get confused now. Minus x plus x will cancel each other. So 12 plus 22 will give me 34 minus x is equal to 30. So 34 minus 30 is equal to x. Therefore 4 is equal to x. And therefore 4 students study both English and Spanish, right? So I'm trying to move through as fast as I can because I know the exam is on Wednesday, right? Find another type of question you could be asked. Now, let's say you have to shade A intersect B. All right. Now, A intersect B. If we draw two sets, and this first circle represents A, and the second circle represents B, and I want to find A. This term, this here, the symbol is intersect. Right, that is this region here we are talking about here. Right, if we are asked to shade A union B, right, and this is set A and this is set B, A union B is all of this here. Right, if we have a set, if we have to draw, let's say we have something like this. We have A and we have B, and we are asked to shade A complement. Right, what that means is that we have to shade everything that is outside of A, which is all of this here, all of this. Right, so the circle A, we are not shading anything inside of the circle. Okay, if we are asked to do, let's say A intersect B prime, right? And I give you a diagram looking like this. This is A and this is B. All right, so we want to find out A intersect B prime, right? Now, what you have to do is, first thing, shade what A is. A is this here. That's the whole circle. Then we're going to intersect that with B prime. Now, what is B prime? B prime is everything outside of B. So let's do a slightly different shade in here for B prime. All right, so that is everything outside of B. So A intersect B prime is what is common to A and what is common to B prime. So what you're going to do is look at your diagram and see where the two shading overlap. So if you notice something, this area here is the overlapping region. All right, so this represents A intersect B prime. Okay, so that'll be there for sets. Right, any other question, you should be able to handle it. Let me move on to, let's say, statistics. Right, now you need to remember your statistics terms. So we have something called the mode, we have something called the median, and we have something called the mean. Right? Now the mode is simply the one that occurs most frequently. So most frequently. The median is the middle. And the mean is what we know as the average, right? What do you call the average? So for example, if we have a string of numbers, let's say we have 2, 1, 7, 4, 4, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so I have 9. Let's say these were scores in a quiz, right? In a maths quiz or something like that, right? And I were to ask you, what is the mode? All right? Now the mode, like I said, is the one that occurs most frequently. So if you look at the string of numbers here, you realize that we have 4 occurring 3 times. No other number appears more than once. So therefore the mode is 4. Okay? So the median now. Now the median, this is what you have to remember. In order to determine the median is the middle term. But what some students forget to do is that they have to arrange all these numbers in ascending or descending order. So when we say ascending order, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the smallest number, which is 1. What comes next? We have 2, then we have a 3, then we have 4 appearing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then we have 6, then we have 7, and we have 9. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have arranging numbers in ascending order. That's very important. Right? Now, the median is the middle term. Now we have 9 terms here, right? So therefore, we have an odd number of terms. So therefore, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th term, this term here, is going to be the median. And why is it the median? If you look at the left, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and on the right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So therefore, when we have an odd number of terms, we can easily find the median. Okay? But if we have an even number of terms, let's say we had 10 terms, and we end up, if it's 10 terms, it means that the 5th and the 6th number, the median will lie between the 5th and the 6th number. So let's say the 5th number was 4, and the 6th number was, let's say, 6. In order to get the median will lie somewhere in the middle here. What you have to do is that take this term, add this term, and divide by 2. So it's 4 plus 6 divided by 2, which will give me 10 over 2, which is 5. Right? So that will be the median when we have an even number of terms. Okay? And the next one is to find the average. So the average, or what we call the mean, will simply be equal to, we have to add up all the numbers. So it's 2 plus 1 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9 plus 4 plus 3 divided by how many numbers we have. In this case, we have 9 numbers, right? So I'll leave you all to work out this. You can just use your calculator. Suppose we have group data now. Suppose we have, let's say that same quiz was applied to several different classes, the whole of, let's say, Form 5, right? So we had something like scores, and the scores were, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have number of students, right? And the scores were something like let's say 6, 9, 15, let's say 5, 3, and 2, right? So suppose you had group data like this, right? And we were asked to find, let's say, find the mood, right? What is the mood? Now, if you look at the scores, now you need to understand what the table is showing me here, right? We have for a score of 5, we have 6 students scoring 5. For a score of 6, we had 9 students scoring 6. So therefore, the mood is the one that occurs most frequently. So the 9 people scored a mark of 6. So the mode is 6, right? Not 9. Now, if we have to find the median, how do we do that? So let's find out how many students we have in the table in total. So 9 and 6 is 15, and 5, 20, plus 3 is 23, plus 2. So therefore, we have 25 students in total, right? Now, when you have a table like this, the information is already arranged in ascending order, right? So if we have 25 students, the median, right, will lie somewhere between the 12th and the 13th student, right? Number of students, you could think of that as frequency, right? So number of students here represents frequency, really, how frequent a particular score occurs. So we know we have 25 students, and let's look at this. So 6 students score 5. When we move to the 6 mark, we have 9 and 6, we have 15 students, right? Now remember, the median should lie somewhere between the 12th and 13th student. So therefore, the 12th and 13th student actually falls in this region here. So therefore, the median is actually 6 again, similar to the mode, right? Now, I know this can be very confusing. So in the question before, I put everything in ascending order, right? If I had to put this information in ascending order, it would be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6 times, right? That'll be this piece of information here. Then we're going to put 6 on 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, right? So if I had to write it out, 25 students, I had to write out their scores, and I want to get a median. I know it's at the 12th and between the 12th and 13th term. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So this is my 12th term, and this is my 13th term. So I know that the median is going to lie somewhere between here and here, right? And that's how we get 6. I'll try to explain this in another video. I know it can be confusing. Now, if we are asked to find the mean, so when we have to find the mean, right? So on a slightly different now, we're going to find the average. What you have to do is to take the score. So you're going to say 5 by 6, every score, and multiply by the frequency. I'm going to add it to 6 by 9 plus 7 by 5 plus 8 by 3 plus 9 by 2. And I'm going to divide that by 25, which is the total, 25 students, right? So this is how you find the mode, the mean, and the median using information in a table, right? I'll give you another example here now. Let's see. let's say we have a bag. I'm going to do a probability question for you here, right? And the bag has 6 green marbles and 2 blue marbles, right? And if we select a marble at random, what is the probability of getting a green marble, right? Now in the bag we have 6 green marbles, so it's going to be 6 out of how many marbles we have in total? We have 8 marbles in total, so the probability will be 6 over 8, or we can write that as 3 over 4. The probability of getting a blue marble will be, we have 2 marbles in the bag, right? And the total amount of marbles is 8, so therefore the probability is 1/4. All right. I'm gonna give you our next probability. Suppose we have a die, right? Everybody know what a die is. You've played snakes and ladders before, right? So you have a die, and you know you have 6 faces on a die. So the probability of getting, let's say, a 1 is 1/6, right? And we have a coin, and the coin usually has 2 faces, either heads or tails, or depending on which country you are, it may be numbers or birds, doesn't matter. So let's say I throw a dice, right? And I ask you what is the probability. So I'm talking about the dice here. So if I throw it twice, so you throw the dice twice, right? What is the probability of getting an even number followed by an odd number? All right. Now, most students, or a lot of students, will have no clue how to do this question. Now, the question is asking, what is the probability of getting an even number followed by an odd number? Now, on a die, we have 6 faces, right? So the numbers on the die, we have dots on them, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Those are the numbers on the number of dots on each face. So the probability of getting an even number is really 1 over, if we look at the possibilities here, we can get either 2, a 4, or a 6, right? So therefore 3 of the numbers are going to be even, right? So therefore, if the probability of getting an even number will be 3 out of 6, right? So now you want to get an even number followed by an even number. So therefore you have to get an even number, and in probability, whenever you have to use the word and, we're going to treat it as a multiply. If we say or something, we're going to add the probabilities. So if we want to get an odd number, it will be 3 over 6 again, because the odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5. So therefore the probability of getting an odd number will be 3 over 6, right? And this will give us 9 over 36, all right? So read your probability questions very carefully, right? Let's see what else.